I had two really key shifts over the 40-week program. Lots of insights, but two really big shifts. The first big shift was when I realised that although my clients, wanted me, what they really wanted was what was in my head.
And for me, the pitching architecture was key, right? It gave me the ability to clearly define what it was that I was talking about, why I was unique, why I was different, and the most important thing, why people would pay a premium for me, right? As a result. And well, because of that, my business has grown by about 300% over the last 2 years. So I'm really quite excited about that.
The clarity that I got from implementing these 5 Ps was huge.
I also have a killer pitch, which I delivered recently to a room full of people. The end result was I walked out of that room with $75,000 worth of work, new work, with 3 new franchisors that I've never worked with before.
I am the boat guy. I'm also the very proud author of Honey, Let's Buy a Boat. Thank you. It's having the effect I'd hope it would.
People who I knew, who I already did business with, or already had a relationship with, they started taking me more seriously. In my book, there's nothing more than the stuff I've been talking about for years, but all of a sudden, because you're a published author, all that stuff's true.
I know.
Isn't that amazing?
Did you think I was lying?
Well, I wasn't sure. Now I am.
And that led to the second key shift. Productizing my business really changed everything. One of the key things that came out of that, though, was I then had time to focus on my business.
The pivot point for me was realising that I'm no longer in the business of selling boats, because that's what I thought I did. Yeah, I just sell boats for a living. What I'm in the business of is reconnecting people.
My name's David Boucher. My company is Boucher & Co. We're in the luxury furniture space. Just recently, we've been asked to start creating interiors for new Rolls Royces.
So I wrote Honey, Let's Buy a Boat, and that book has gone gangbusters.
And after publishing, we managed to get onto some pretty good media. We got onto national television, certainly national print media, radio, and that opened so many doors for us.
I have a series of products that have taken me away from that time for money model and into a scalable and much more profitable business.
Well, I started the program as a solopreneur. Now I'm a published author. I employ staff. I contribute regularly to online media and print media.
My stories on divorce have now been read over 12,000 times. Almost every new client that I've met with this year has read my blog before coming to meet with me. And it's the primary reason that they're choosing to meet with me as opposed to my competitors.
I now teach private family yoga, and I'm able to charge 2.5 times what the average yoga teacher charges.
The book has been the most amazing, amazing product for me. Wherever I go, if I go to networking meetings, my book becomes my business card.
In our first year that the book went out there and started to be taken up, and I started to build some traction, we added an increase of 40% to our bottom line. Forget what the book cost and all the production process, that's all been paid for. I give away these books like it's going out of fashion because it's the best thing I can do, but it equates to whole, cold, hard cash on my bottom line.
For the last 2 months, I've had 100% closure rate on all of the quotes that I've written.
By the end of the 40 weeks of the program, my business revenue had increased 250 grand.
My conversion rates just started to climb. Now, sit above 90%.
Now, I only work with people who I love working with. My revenue has increased 800%, and people are so pre-sold that they come to my info sessions just to sign on the dotted line.
I have 100% strike rate because I give them a copy of my book. I sit down and talk to them about, hey, I've written a book about the exercise, and people know I'm the expert.
I'm writing, I'm speaking, and I'm sharing my knowledge. And these are the things that are making the biggest difference in my business. The most interesting statistic in my business is that I've seen a 30% increase in the number of new clients coming to my firm since starting KPI. Those clients have already read our blog, have engaged with the videos on our YouTube channel, have downloaded or purchased our ebooks. They're coming in already convinced, and I don't have to sell anymore.
Now, as a result of writing the book and adopting the KPI maxim of working your hustle muscle, I managed to get this book to reach #1 on Amazon for men's health. And, that alone, it squashed any of those fears that I had. Will people like this information? It really showed me the appetite people do have for the information that I have.
My book has been picked up by Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Fish Pond and Foyles.
I used to think that our product was our furniture. I discovered through this process that my story is a fantastic product. I mean, seriously, would a company like Rolls-Royce, the world's leading luxury brand, when on earth are they going to trust a kid from the bush that never finished high school with one of their cars and let me put my signature on the bottom of it? Like, when's that going to happen?
It was such a simple process. It was a process that took me from start to finish with a structure that I just went step by step by step.
In the past 9 weeks, we have actually had more revenue than what I did in my entire first year and a half of trading, which is pretty big for us.
The KPI community has actually been an absolute blessing. It's been incredible to work around so many entrepreneurs that are out there trying to kick butt and get stuff done. And I've made some really lovely lasting friendships out of it as a result.
Their energy and enthusiasm was contagious, and they kept me accountable, which, as Glenn would say, allowed me to GSD, get shit done.
You know, I've been interviewed on Sunrise, on news.com.au, on numerous magazines, websites and podcasts. I've been asked to do lucrative speaking engagements. I have new opportunities coming at me daily, including writing, speaking and TV. The kind of opportunities that were just non-existent when I was just a PT.
I've also got the book now from Amazon to Google. It's everywhere around the world. I noticed the other day it's in some university libraries. So from the book, I managed to get even more speaking gigs. And I'm really embarrassed to say that I only probably had 2 speaking gigs in a year before I started KPI. Now I've got at least 2 a month. And it's probably been one of the best things that I have done in my life.
And I now have a regular spot on 3AW starting on the 20th of December, going through to the end of March. 96 radio spots that they're paying me to do came along to the program, and it has changed my life. It has changed the way I see myself.
And with so many men thanking me for how my book or one of my programs has helped them, I know that I am at a tipping point at which the future is unstoppable.
And I just hope for all of you and wish for all of you that you can have the same experience with whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. And thank you for your time today.